Okay, so loops. In this one, we're going to talk about loops. What are they? Who are they? Who are they used by? Why do you use a loop? What do they mean? And what is the meaning of life when you have loops in your life? Okay, that's a bit dramatic, but let me explain what loops are. So when you write when you write code, right? There are situations where you want to maybe you want to like write a line, but it's very similar, and instead of just writing that same line over and over and over again, you can just use a loop to write the line once and just wrap it in a loop. So what I'm gonna do here, so this is in the docs, I've just written it up, but I'm gonna see this example. I'm just gonna go to the online IDE and just explain this example. Yeah. So actually, actually, let's just explain it. So again, we're gonna delete everything here. So let's go. So there are two types of loops. There's the for loop and the while loop. So the thing about a for loop is you define how long the loop is gonna go for. So like right at the start, and usually that you put some sort of list or something like that. So do you remember the range function? It creates this iterator, and what that is essentially is it's kind of like it's not a list, but you can think of it like it returns a list. So I'm just going to show you what it is. So you go for I, just any variable, in range 5. So what this is saying, it's going to loop from 0 to 4. Remember, so it goes to all the way up to 5, but not including 5. Yeah, and then colon, tab underneath, it'll automatically tab. Then we can print something. Nice. So if we run it, something is printed 5 times. So why is it 5? Because it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 5 because we counted 0. That's a for loop. And then a while loop here, right? So what we can do is, so it's sort of like you have a condition that needs to be met every time the loop is triggered. So, for example, what's going on this? We'll just delete everything. So we just say counts equals 0 while. So while the count is less than 3, right? So initially the count is 0, and this is true, right? So what happens is the loop will run as long as this statement is true. We'll just say print the count. Just print the count. Now count's going to change. Have a look. So what we're going to do is we're going to say so this is a cool thing. So we're gonna increase the count by 1. So you'd go count equals count. So the old value of count plus 1. Yeah. Now here's a little cool thing. In Python, you can do this shortcut where you want to write this exact statement here. So we increment count by 1. You can write it as plus equals, and that'll increment the count on every iteration of the loop. So we run it. Yeah. And so what happens is it starts off at 0, and then it's like, oh, what's count? It's 0 is less than 3. Print it out. Cool. Yep. And then and then here after this, right? After this 2, it'll increment it again, and then it'll get to 3, and then it'll be like, oh no, this is actually greater than 3, so let's exit the loop. So those are while loops, right? So let's delete all that. Cool. Well, now what we're going to do is we're going to do a little exercise. So have a look at the, let me see if I can bring it up without showing you the solution on the screen. But have a go at this. So this is so you're really going to learn a whole bunch of stuff if you pause the video and actually do the exercises. You'll learn 10 times quicker. Even though you go through the video quicker, you'll learn it 10 times quicker. So, do the example. So where is it? you can integrate conditional loops. Okay, so you've got this example here. Oh, we skipped that example. Should we go through it? What do you think? Okay, I tell you what. You go. I mean, we'll just Yeah, actually, let's go through it before we do the exercise. I think it's important. Let's go through this one. Just extra practice, right? Before we get to the exercise. Oh boy. Oh no. Okay. Anyway, I gotta calm down. I'm getting too excited by this coding. So, you can integrate. So you can integrate conditionals and loops together, right? So in the last video we learned about conditionals. This one we're learning about loops. Now we're gonna try integrate the two. So what's going on in this example is we're cycling through the numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, blah, blah, blah. And we're going to either print, is that number odd or is that number even? So it should be like, oh, 2 is even, 3 is odd, 4 is even. So we should get something like, printing to the screen like that. So let's just design something like that. Well, there it is, right? But let me write it up and explain it. So let's say instead of okay, let's just go 1 to 6. So we'll use a for loop for this. Go for range 0, no, 1 to 6, right? Yeah. So I should say that with range, so if you do that, it's going to go from 0 to like 6, but not including 6, so really 5. If you specify, you can specify the starting number and then the end number. So it'll start at 1, go all the way up to 6, but not including 6, so 1 to 5. So we can say for I. Now, and you can call it like num if you want. I just like I. It's very standard, you know. Just kind of used to it. The muscle memory in the fingers. But you can call that whatever you want to call it, you know, no stress. So we're gonna use conditionals here. So if it's even, so if how do we represent something that's even in Python? We use the modulus operator. So what that is it's a bit tricky to explain. So let me just comment this out. Have a little detour. So the modulus so you've got these operators, right? You've got like multiply, you've got plus, you've got minus and divide, right? You've also got this fifth operator. So what this is like it's like a clock. It's like, think of it as a clock, right? So when you look at a clock, right? It goes from 1 to 12. Yeah? And then you say, okay, what's 13 o'clock? What's the logical, what is 13 o'clock? Logically, that would mean it's like 1 hour past 12, so it's like 1 o'clock. So that's kind of what the modulus is doing. So that's modulus 12. If we talk about modulus 2, it's like 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, which is like odd even odd even odd even. So it's actually like the whole 0 1 thing 0 1 thing. So if I have a number like 3, right? And I go, what's 3 mod 2? It's going to be 1. Because what happens is, so we're in mod 2, right? So we're only going, so mod 2, and mod 2, it's kind of weird. It's only like 0 and 1. It's not, because in Python everything starts from 0, so it's not going to be this. So bear with me. So it's actually going to be 0, 1, and then it's going to be, okay, and then we'll write 0, 1. Yeah? 0, 1. Cool. Well, okay, we'll just leave it at that. Now, in like regular numbers, we call it base 10 or whatever. How do we count this? So it's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah? So this is the regular numbers. And then this is like in mod 2. Yeah? So yeah, so 3 in the mod 2 world will be 1. You see the pattern, and I can sort of keep going like 0, 1, and then I'll be like, oh, what's for mod 2. Modulus 2. And it's 0. But notice a pattern. It's super convoluted, so I get it. Just bear with me for the sec. But all the even numbers are zeros, and all the odd numbers are ones. So a common pattern in programming is if you want to check if the number is even or odd, you just mod 2 the thing. And if it's 0, it's even. If it's 1, it's odd. So 3 is, what is it? 3 is odd. We mod to it. It should come out to be 1. Oh, what happened there? There's nothing displaying. Remember, we have to print things, yeah? Remember that? Let's go. Okay, 1. So let's get back to the example. I'll delete that. Uncomment that out. Okay, cool. So gonna go here, back. End of the word, yep. So if I, which is the number, mod 2 equals 0, which just means it's even. I'm gonna print. Now, if you mess up the tabbing, the tabs need to be like on point, right? So that's 1 tab, that's 2 tabs, right? If you mess up the tabbing in Python, it's not gonna work. So make sure you got them precise. So we can write an F string. I love F strings. We say like, I is even. Okay, cool. And now I'm gonna just do this Vim magic here. I'm just gonna copy that, put that down there. I'm gonna go else. So now we're gonna do the odd case. But the thing is, so let's just go that. Oh, too many. Yep. So we don't need to put an if else there, right? We just need to put else because there's only 2 situations. It's either it's even or it's odd. And if it's not even, it must be odd. So we don't need to put any other if else statements in there. So what I'm gonna do is just say that is odd. Cool. So we'll run through the numbers from 1 to 5 and it should just, yeah, and that's what we get, right? So that's combining them together. So I think I'm trying to keep the video shorter. Actually, I think the last few are a bit long. So I'm gonna stop the video there, and then we'll do the exercise. So the exercise is so homework. I'm gonna go through the solution in the next video, but try it, give it a go. So write a traffic light program. Input red, amber, or green. Output stop, prepare, or go. Yeah, so someone inputs red, you either say like the program will output stop, like it'll print like stop, or like amber or orange, it'll like prepare. It'll print out prepare. So just give it a go. Maybe you're not feeling too confident. It's like, how many programs have you written like since this course started? Just give it a go. Maybe like try write it out on pen and paper. Just give it your best shot. The learning actually comes from giving it your best shot. But I will go through the solution in the next one. So give it a go. Give it a go.